Hello, I'm the Eternal Newbie. The extra L is for love. Because the DM in the story we're about to hear was DM'd to two groups in the same world and showed more love to one of these groups. Much more love. He did this by making the first group jump through all sorts of hoops, then allowing the second group to bypass that, sneak in, steal the important item right from under the first group's nose while they were busy getting beat down by a level 20 in an encounter they were supposed to lose. Let's get to it, shall we? Let me preface this by saying this is my first post here, and by saying I've only been playing D&D for just over a year. I first joined this group in March of last year. It was a homebrewed Strahd campaign that was already in progress. I had a mostly okay time. They were patient with me and explained things and helped me learn how to play 5e. But around October, we messed up on a story thing and lost our NPC, I don't know her base name, who got taken by Strahd to marry him. Suddenly, we had to rush. We were taking few long rests and doing as much as possible, but suddenly, we weren't doing enough or going fast enough as the DM was ready for his next campaign and was recruiting people by December/January to play it. But we still weren't done. We got rushed through the manor, lost some time via the DM's words, and were not able to work on some players' stories as a result of this. In the end, there was an ending that was planned from the very start, which we lost, utterly, and had no chance for counterplay. Cool. Not my favorite way to end my first campaign, but I was told it was just Strahd. We talked about it, resolved it, moved on to the next campaign. It was completely homebrewed, had relevant world-altering items we had to travel the world to gather, in which both groups were going to be traveling in separately. We were told the groups would be working towards the same goal of collecting these items, and would likely not be allies. My group was more chill. The other group was murder hobo-y, and it worked for us. Things one group did affected the other group if they came later to those zones. But things got iffy when we got to a drow city where said relevant item was causing time loops. We spent a month, two 2-hour sessions a week, traveling through the city. We had ideas. The DM would prevent them from working. Locate object? Headache and strange whispers. Wandering around. NPCs would tell us they had seen us before, but then not remember us the next second. Disguise self to get into a building that we were sure would send us to relevant item? Suddenly there's a golem that can see through lies. Where before, the second group was on the other side of the world, suddenly they were in the city with us. Not much of an issue. They had a side quest there. We were told that was what they were there for. It's what they were told, that I'm aware of. That's all they were there for. My group did the work to solve the puzzle and finally opened a way through the time loop to reach relevant item. And this apparently opened the way for the other group too. We kept getting paused and stuck in fights. We were told we were not supposed to survive the final boss, which was a level 20 compared to our level 7 characters. What we didn't know, when we reached the final boss, was that the relevant item had been already taken by the other group the previous week. This was supposed to kill us. Wait, hold up a second. They went through all that just to have the other group swing by and yoink the MacGuffin out from under them? What kind of crap is that? Wait. Okay. I think I see the DM's plan here. The other group got the item, and the DM didn't want OP's group to feel bad about it, so he gave them something else that would make them forget all about that. A TPK. I mean, who cares about losing an item when you're dead, right? Brilliant plan, and much more interesting than, I don't know, talking to the players? If I've seen bitter, it's because I am. I've had this same thing happen to me twice. Once in Strahdland, coincidentally, my party got attacked by werewolves. They didn't have to kill us, though. That would have taken way too long. All they had to do was hit us, and then if we failed the con save, we became werewolves. Who are all controlled by Strahd, so sayonara free will and character. The other time was a bit less imaginative. You know how they say never get on the boat? Well, I stupidly got on the boat, where I ran into an angry water troll. Or maybe it was an elemental. Not important. What is important is it decided to drag us underwater and drown the party one by one. Not that I'm bitter or anything. Okay, moving on. But we won. By sheer luck. We beat the guy with one player standing with 1 HP. The rest, dead. We were excited. We were happy. We were ready to finally grab relevant item and leave the city we had spent so long in. But again, We're told right after winning it, and we're shown a scene of the other group taking the item. Oh, okay. Not the first time we lost the item. But why make us go through this? Sure, we got some levels and better items, but we spent a month solving this mystery about what was going on and did all the work. How did the DM react? He dismissed our frustrations. This would not have been this frustrating if we had not spent so long trying to solve the puzzle, getting blocked on everything we did, trying to hurry, just for him to tell us, should have been faster than them, or, you're not always gonna win. He scoffed and told us we got better rewards than the other group. Of course, I did end up leaving. I do appreciate the rewards. It's not like I don't. But when you spend a boss fight having all your summons dismissed, your heals prevented, while being told to survive, with a level 20 big bad evil guy against our level 7 characters, I just had enough. I'm sorry. I'm not really sure how to end this. I feel like I've been rambling my frustrations and have been building up for months. I never thought I would actually have to post here. Thank you for reading. Oh, and DM, if you're reading this, thank you for teaching me how to play D&D. Thank you for your patience this past year. I just wish things didn't have to end on such a sour note. I do hope you eventually see why we're so frustrated with you, and don't blame it on just us not getting those shards. I really hope you do eventually understand and treat those who stayed, and those who eventually joined later, better. Edit. Scratch that last paragraph. You're being horrific to us and blaming the person who's trying to help mediate for my decision. I've been thinking of leaving for months, but stayed because I was having fun with the other players despite your adversarial attitude. You kicked her for it. I'm not sorry I left if this is the way you're going to act when we share we're not happy with the choice you made, where you then blame us for you not allowing us to progress the story. DM? More like GL, for gaslighter. Because, he gaslit the players into thinking they were in the wrong to be upset. So, GL. Alright, look, they can't all be winners. I'm just glad that OP finally saw the light and put the blame directly where it belonged. Okay, fine. The DM. Hopefully he learned from this and made better choices moving forward. But enough from me. What do you think? I would love to hear your opinions in comment form. Or tell me anything. If not that, how's about a like? And if you're new around here and enjoy this content, how about a sub? Finally, if you have a story you'd like to see me talk about, you can send it to me. I'll be happy to take it. In any case, thank you so much for watching, and as always, play your character. Don't let your character play you.